Our next topic in the subject e-commerce is e-procurement process. What is this e-procurement process? To understand the e-procurement process, first we need to know what is procurement. So the topics to be covered: procurement process, e-procurement, EDI implementation, then UN model interchange agreement for international commercial use of EDI. Procurement process. The term procurement is used in business to business and stands for buying process of companies of services and goods. Procurement is the process whereby companies purchase goods and services from various suppliers. These include everything from indirect goods like light bulbs, uniforms, office supplies, etc., to the direct goods used for manufacturing products. Procurement process is a part of supply management which is divided into logistics procurement and materials management. Basically, the procurement process is, let's take an example of the wholesaler. Wholesaler procures the various goods from the organization or from any industry. From the wholesaler, various retailers purchases the goods as per their need and procure that goods in their shop. This is called the procurement process. In other language, we can call it जमा करना. हम अपने goods को जमा करते हैं so that when the need is required, we can easily deliver the things to the customer. So for the wholesaler, retailer is the customer, and for the retailer, the normal human being is a customer. So there are two forms of procurement: strategic assessment of demand, a tendering phase, the selection of the supplier, and finally the placing of the order. Mm, If we need to procure, then we have to follow some strategy. First, we need to assess the demand in the market. Then we need to select the supplier from which can easily supply or which can easily fulfill the demand, and finally placing the order to that supplier. This is called a strategic procurement form. Then the second one is operative. Supervision of orders, stock receipt, accounting control, and the payment. When you receive the order, after receiving the order, we need to supervise the orders, stock receipt, accounting control, and the payment. That is at the retailer's end. Operative process and a strategic process is also when you want to place the order to the wholesaler. So steps of the procurement process is: define business need, develop procurement strategies, supplier evaluation and selection, negotiation and award of contract, um, induction and integration. This is whole the procurement process is. Now, when we do this process electronically, then it becomes the e-process. The meaning of electronically is when the procurement process is done with the help of internet, then it becomes the e-procurement process. So in the evolution of procurement, let's see the evolution of the procurement. In 1980s, there was a strategic procurement, general procurement, we are placing the order manually and everything comes manually and we are maintaining the things manually. Then in 1990s to 2000, e-procurement, where the some software tools to computerize procurement emerged, including e-RFX, e-auction, spend queue, e-contract, and e-catalog. Instead of maintaining the procurement process manually, then we started the maintaining the process through some softwares. So these tools are used to create, process, and store procurement data. The establishment of category management and supply relationship management frameworks create a means for comprehensive supply management. Procurement's role is elevated from transactional management to strategic sourcing, but the focus is still on cost management. So this e-procurement becomes a little bit fast than strategic procurement. After 2010 and still, the digital procurement is going on. What is this digital procurement? It is the advanced analytics and data-driven optimization are leading to better insights, allowing for increased cross-domain value chain interactions. Meaning of this is, with the use of artificial intelligence, we need to predict the how much things we need to procure. Okay, with the help of artificial intelligence, we need the customer base. We need to analyze the customer base. We need to analyze that how much goods we need to procure. So this all comes in the digital procurement. Then e-procurement, EDI enabled procurement process. This is the sender's application program for purchasing, and this is the seller's application program for order. Kindly correlate this diagram with yourself when you go to the market, and how you do manually with the shopkeeper. Okay, first you request for the quotation, then seller gives you the quotation, and then you give the purchase order, then purchase order acknowledgement. Yes, you have got that thing which you have purchased. This is called the purchase order acknowledgement. Then from the seller, shipping notice and invoice, and status request response will be provided by the seller. After that, when you received all things, then you need to payment remittance. Okay, then you need to give the payment to the seller. This is a general process which we all do in the market to purchase the goods. And when we all these things with the help of when we do all these things with the help of some ERP softwares or some other softwares which are used for electronic data interchange, then this becomes the EDI enabled procurement process. E-procurement process. First of all, identification of our opportunity, what type of good we need, analysis of the market, then supplier assessment. After that, we need to assess the supplier who can provide our needs, who can fulfill our needs. Then supplier identification. Here supplier assessment, you have selected the 10 different suppliers. Then after that, you need to identify out of these 10 uh, which are 2 or 3 suppliers you need so that they can fulfill your goods. It is called supplier identification. Then sourcing, e-tendering and e-auctions. That means uh, uh, you need to know the at how much price they will send you goods. So price bargaining, etc., is come in the fourth point. Then contract management. After selection of the prices and all done, then we have to manage the contract between the supplier and the uh, uh, between the supplier and the customer. Then procurement process start. Order fulfillment. After the procurement finishes, then we have to see whether the order is finally fulfilled or not. Whatever the goods you have ordered, all the goods have been received by you or not. This is that comes on the order fulfillment. Then invoicing of the order which you have received and payment done. So these are the 8 steps of e-procurement process. E-procurement process or electronic procurement refers to the process of purchase and sale of goods or services through electronic methods, primarily the internet. E-procurement consists of e-tendering, e-auctioning, vendor management, and contract management. E-procurement portals are designed for users to register as a buyer or supplier and to submit all the relevant documents online. Forms of e-procurement (EDI) on electronically basis. The buyers and sellers have a defined, standardized way of exchanging business information such as quote, quotation, order, order confirmation, invoices, inventory data. Companies can communicate via point-to-point private network, via the internet, or via value address networks. So for the e-procurement, the backbone is the internet. If there is no internet, then there is no e-procurement. Online marketplace. An online marketplace is a website or mobile application that connect buyers and sellers. Example, Amazon and Flipkart. You all are very familiar with Amazon and Flipkart. And you know what is the process of order and receiving the invoices. Mixed approaches of the above two software application allow purchasers to create a system in which they can manage invoices, purchase orders, receipts, and request for quotations. This function is only used by the purchaser, example web-based ERP, e-tendering, etc. Benefits of e-procurement. E-procurement leads to considerable reduction in the time involved in the procurement process. The great deal of transparency results due to a successful implementation of such platform. An e-procurement platform can drastically increase the market reach for both buyers as well as suppliers. E-procurement can tackle the malpractice of cartel formation to a great extent. It ensures safety of all the information being provided by users. This data safety is at times compromised in the manual procurement process. The procurement platform reduces and simplifies the steps involved in manual process. It also leads to significant cost cutting. EDI implementation. EDI implementation is a complex in both technical and organizational terms, a systematic approach, and the structured application of typical implementation processes are described in the following steps. Requirement analysis. What business processes should be supported? What business processes have the greatest strategic potential in area implementation? What data or information should be exchanged? Should data only be sent, only be received, or both sent and received? Step two is build up the organization structure. For EDA implementation, it is important to decide on a strategic basis and to equip the project team with the necessary resources and expertise. EDI coordinators and teams must be capable of driving the implementation within the company's organization. Step 3, selection of the ideal EDI solution, in-house or EDI service providers. In order to ensure automated data processing, companies need special EDI software that supports the message standards and your interface requirements. Inform yourself about the solutions available on the market or weigh the pros and cons of an EDI outsourcing solution. Today, building up an in-house EDI infrastructure only makes economic sense for a very small number of companies. Compile your information. A variety of information is required for implementation and rollout. Ensure that your company is in possession of the necessary identification numbers such as the global location number or apply for the number. Description of the exchange format, customer key contact, necessary written agreements, system and data integration. The necessary infrastructure must be set up or the communication connection to your EDI provider needs to be established according to your company's operational model. Then the interfaces to your internal ERP system must be supplied or adapted. Mappings have must be developed in order to depict the individual business process. EDI providers very often have a wide range of EDI mapping available. Test and start. Once the EDI system has been implemented and all the requirements have been fulfilled by the EDI provider, pilot project testing is conducted with the customer. Once these tests have been concluded successfully, there are no further obstacles to electronic communication with your business partners in actual business operations. The UN Model Interchange Agreement for International Commercial Use in of EDI. The Model Interchange Agreement for the International Commercial Use of Electronic Data Interchange has been developed as a part of a project under the Action Program on the Legal and Commercial Aspects of Electronic Data Interchange adopted by the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, working party on facilitation of international trade procedures. An interchange agreement is made between trading partners setting out the rules they will adopt for using EDI. The agreement also details the individual roles and legal responsibilities of the trading partners for transmitting, receiving, and storing electronic messages. The interchange agreement is comprised of 7 sections: scope and structure, communications and operations, message processing, validity and enforceability, data content requirements, liability, and general provisions. So these are the 7 sections of the agreement. These are the references for today's content. Thank you.